Hey guys, it's me Melissa and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to something that's a little bit different. I felt like maybe some of you wanted to see the journey from doing a WhatNot show to like packing up from the WhatNot show and then setting up for the next big show. I would consider the shows that I'm doing right now, like the ones that have all numbers, these are considered my like big shows. Usually Rob helps me with these ones. I'm on camera. Now today's a little bit different. Obviously if you're watching this later, you'll know if you were at the show or not. And he'll be home between 3 and 4, so I'm gonna have to start the show by myself, so it'll be a little bit harder for me. So I'm gonna show you a little bit of clips during it, but I want to kind of take you through the journey of what I do to see if it's something that maybe you want to do, see if it's worthwhile. I mean, I'm now down to just having 2 racks with numbers. I had a third rack over here, but it was just closing us in, so I was like, let's just get rid of that. I don't know, I'm excited to kind of take you through a little bit of the journey. See what you think. So obviously the show already happened by the time you watch this, but I tend to be a tad bit organized. Now the shows that I'm not on camera are not as organized as this, but I try to be. Look at my kitchen. I try to be as organized as possible with all numbers, so I kind of know when you guys can ask for what you want. Also, I have tons of different things where I can put stuff in. So different sizes of things. Also, I use this thing also for more stuff. But yeah, I pretty much, most of these are from Temu. Some are from Miss A. Some I got in boxes. But yeah, it keeps me organized. Also, this thing helps me keep organized too. I missed number 42. All right, I'll see you during the show. Okay guys, so because I was playing music, I cannot, I didn't realize I was playing music until I went to now edit this. But since I was playing music, this kind of gives you a gist of kind of what happens as I'm running my auctions. Item gets sold. I'll put a little sticker on it. Then we'll move on to the next item. I mean, if you've been there, you know it's fun. On these big shows, Rob's there with me, obviously off camera, but he's kind of like running the show, and he'll bring in some little quips, and can be funny. He can also get on my nerves, but he has helped me a lot, so I really can't complain about that. But yeah, we have a lot of fun, but this is kind of like just kind of show you how I do it. All right guys, so the show is over. It was like almost 3 hours long, like 2 hours and 45 minutes long. It did well. It was a good show. Rob showed up. He was very lively today. Obviously if you're watching this, you saw that show and you saw everything was happening. So now it is time to pack it up. So when it comes to packing it up, what I'll do is go through my shipments. And usually what I do is hit I don't want to show everybody because I want to show everybody's names. I'm going to hit like the most items and then go to the least amount of items. And so then I'm going to do that and start packing it up. And I'm going to kind of show you some of the like packages put together, how I kind of do it. So the show was a little crazy. We had some large orders. So I usually would go like 10 at a time, but I'm going to go for 4. So this is all in one order. That's all one order. One order, one order. So now I printed out the labels. Usually I go, like I said, like 10 of these at a time. But since they're so big, I'm going to go now, like this. So I'm going to pack them up, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Update. It has been 1 hour since the show. And it took me 1 hour to pack up those 4 orders. Mainly because finding the right box size, get everything packed up correctly. See, like, something that people don't realize is how much work comes in after the show. It's ridiculous. So 4 out of, I think, like 50-something. But these are the largest orders. Moving on. So here are the next 10 orders. As you can see, I use these things. 10's a good amount of time to be able to, or a good amount of items. So, time to order dinner, because it's already after 7 p.m. And then I'll probably pack these up while waiting. And there's still tons more to go. Alright, so now this is just 14 orders out of the, I think, 50. So 14 orders. And you may say, Melissa, why do you use these bags that cost you money? Because sometimes it's just easier to pack in a bag like this than to try to pack it in a box like that and then add all this paper and stuff into it. I'd rather spend the money and have these, which are easily just more compact if things aren't going to be breakable. So I guess now we've seen kind of like the gist of things. I guess I'll show you when they're all done. Alright, so I've been packing for hours. We did eat dinner. Packing for hours. I still have 13 more to pack. So 13 more that I'm going to pack in the morning because it's already 10:30. 10:30. And so tomorrow I'll pack them up and then I'll show you the hoard of items and then me taking them there and showing you all that. And then we'll show you the getting ready for the next show. Alright guys, so day 2 and I'm done. Here are all of the 47 orders. So 47 orders. Good to go. Now time to bag them up. And then here's what everything looks like bagged up. Ready to go. I can fit. Now you know why I love these Temu bags so much, because they're really great for bringing to the UPS store. These will go separately, obviously, because they're huge. Now you may say, hey Melissa, why don't you just have USPS come to your house and pick them up? Because you can. You can have USPS come to your house, pick up all the packages, tell them how many. Because I'm not going to make them work like that. Like, I did all this to make them have to work extra hard. No. I did the work. I made the sales. I'm going to drop them off. Now, luckily, I have a P.O.Box at the UPS store right down the street. And because I have that, they know me real well, and I'm allowed to go in the back door. So I'll go in the back door, bring all these packages, put them right in the bins without having to even go through the front door, which obviously that makes it a little bit easier for me. I know obviously you could also go to the USPS, post office and go mail them out, but that is what I do. It's Sunday, so they won't go out till, say, Monday or Tuesday, just because there's a large quantity of them, and the mail person can only take so many. So now, let's go. That's another good reason to have these with the things on, so I can have at least 3 on the cart, and then 1 in my back going to the car, and then after this will be just the rest with the boxes. I've been doing this so long now that I've kind of got it down to a science, so that means like now I have only 2 loads to get into the UPS store, where at the beginning I remember not knowing what I was doing, carrying them in by myself and taking like 45 different trips to get it in. So over time you will learn how to do things better and fit things in your car better, which I'm gonna do right now. Alright, so I'm home now, dropped it all off, and now the next step is to clean up all this mess from all the labels and whatnot, so we get a nice clean area before we work anywhere else. Alright, now that that's all done, now we go through these. So now all the items that are left over are either items that didn't sell or items that the payment didn't go through. So as you can see, it was not a bad show. I decided that any of the clothing didn't sell in the show. We'll go to my friend for her to sell locally, because I have so much clothing. So now we remove everything, figure out what's going to be in the show 2 weeks from now, because I do the storage unit ones every other. The next one will be the deals one. So yeah, I mean, we did pretty good. And now we start with a clean slate. Now I'm not worried at all right now about numbers. Numbers are going to stay exactly where they are. I'm not going to move them until probably the week of the show. But I want to try to fill them up to see how much room I have left, to see if I can put more things in. Because I already have all the stuff for the next show already labeled and ready to go. You might be saying to yourself, Melissa, the next big show is not for 2 weeks. So why are you doing it right now? Because I'm my father. So it's one of those things, like, once you get the one cycle going, then you move to the next cycle. Like outside, everything is set in a certain way. I'm not going to show you because it is a hot mess out there. But everything's set in a certain way, so the next show is ready. Then I move the other stuff to the next show, and then we have the empty ones I can fill with new stuff. It's just, I have a system. I have a system. So now let's fill up by bringing all the bins in and fill it up and see then how much room I'm going to have left. If I have more room, then I have more stuff. Alright, so I got everything out. My whole goal is just to get everything inside of and see how much I have. Now, I'm not super excited that the fact that some of these items are so big, they're taking up like large amounts of area that I could have other stuff in. So Now my time now is the next probably 15, 20 minutes. I'm going to try to condense and see if I can make more room so I can put more stuff out. All right, so I did some reorganizing. As you can see, you can make more space by putting things together. I'll put numbers kind of as they go, but now I have this space open, up here, there. So now I can go through the rest of my stuff. That's what gives me time. So it gives me time to sit there and go through the rest of my stuff and try to put some more items out here. But yeah, I think I did pretty good. Like I said, the numbers won't be changed until right before the show. All right, so I've added more items. Specifically, I've added 30 more items already, and I still have this room right here, a little bit of room right here, and I think that's about it in the situation, but like, I organize everything a lot better. I pride myself in this if you don't understand it. So yeah, guess I'll take you next time to where, I don't know what the next step will be. Oh, there's a spot there. So I thought that I'd also show you like my little mini gifts that I give people. So if you spend over $10, I put like a little gift inside of your package. What I'll do is, like, this was 50 of them, of the thank you cards. I'll sit there and I'll just sign my name back to back to back. And you might be like, oh, I was probably the last one because it was so messy. No, that's just my handwriting. That's just my handwriting. So if you got one of these, that is exactly how I sign my name. So I do all that, and then I go through all my little packages of the fun things I have to put inside, and then grab my bags. Well, I'll just show you. I'll show you me making a few of them. So I thought that I would just show you me making a couple of them, put the thing in, I'll grab 2 stickers, make sure they go the right way, one of these little toys. Like, it could be random what you're going to get, but I will sit here and usually make, I don't know, 25, 30 at a time. And then I don't like using the peeling off the thing anymore because it does stick to you. And then I just put them in my bag, and I just go back to back like that. I think it's just a little extra something. Yes, I did have to buy all these things to put inside with them, but I think it's just like an extra little thank you. And some people say, like, why do you send those childish things? And I say, because I'm a kid at heart, and I like to awaken any little bit of childlikeness or fun or smiling or whatever I can in people. So yeah, I mean, it's sometimes I'll just make a couple of them and then come back later and make more. So like, obviously right now I'll say, like, maybe I'll make the amount that is right here, and then at a later time make more. As long as I have enough for each show is good, because I don't want to sit there and panic while right after the show and knowing that I have to do 1,000 things plus also make these. Oh my gosh, of course I falter on the video. And here are just some of them that I've made over multiple times. So like I said, you never know what you're going to get, because when I pull in here, it could be ones I made a month ago, it could be ones I made 6 months ago, because I keep like adding them together and then just mixing them up, so you never know what you're going to get. I don't know what you're going to get. So that pretty much is the gist of it. I ended up realizing that I had one more bag that I thought I was supposed to, that I didn't put out. So it is jam-packed for that show now. Like, jam-packed. Like, doing the numbers are going to be so time-consuming, but like I said, I usually do have 2 weeks in between, so I have plenty of time. I could do 1 row, 2 rows, come back to it, and not have to worry about it. That's just me. I mean, if I was doing this kind of show every day, it would never work out. Every 2 weeks, I can handle it. My other shows are more off the cuff, where you don't see my face, and we're just pulling items out randomly and stuff like that. But the big shows are the big shows. So if you haven't signed up for WhatNot yet, there is a link down there. It'll give you a $15 credit. It's not valid off shipping or taxes, but a $15 credit. You don't have to use it with me. Use it with anybody. It is addictive to shop on there, I won't lie to you. I bought tons and tons. Also, there'll be a link down there, and from what I've heard, if you want to sign up and you haven't, to sign up to sell, like you want to be a seller on WhatNot, if you use that link, the seller link, supposedly they will match whatever you make up to $150 on your first show, but it has to be within 7 days of you signing up. So if you get that, like, you can sign up and get approved, but then you have to make a show within 7 days, and then if you sell $20, they'll match you $20. If you sell $150, they'll match $150. So that's a pretty good deal. I wish I had that my first show. I didn't. Well, so that's it for today. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, put them down below. Haven't yet subscribed? Why not? Seriously. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. I'll see you soon. Bye.